Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. Dear student, this is your fifth video lecture. I am Mrs. Asima, and the previous lecture we finished chapter 9. Today first of all we will discuss the extensive or long question of chapter 9, then we will start chapter 10. Chapter 9 questions. First question is, what do you understand by natural resources? How are natural resources classified? Students, in your exercise, the questions are very easy and topic-wise answers are given in your book. First question, the answer is given page number 76. Then question number 2, discuss the following topics with the reference to Pakistan. A, population and natural resources. Answer is given page 76 to 77. B part, land resources. Answer is given page 77. C, manpower resources. Answer is given 77 to 78. And D part, forests resources. Answer is given 78 page number. Question number 3, give a brief account of the mineral resources of Pakistan. Answer is given page number 78, and also here you will explain briefly all the minerals which we have discussed. Question number 4, discuss the role of electricity in the development of the country. Answer is given page 85 to 86. B part, mention the sources of conventional and non-conventional energy and explain the importance of hydel power. Answer is page number 86 to 87. Second last question, fifth, suggest suitable measures for the conservation of material resources. Answer is given page 91 to 92. And question number 6, in your book only 3 MCQs, and these MCQs we have done during lecture. I have told you all the MCQs, important MCQs in chapter 9. Then last question, write a brief essay on human resources of Pakistan. This answer is given page number 91. Now we will start chapter 10, and the name of chapter, agriculture, irrigation and related problems. Agriculture. First of all, I will tell you the meaning of agriculture. What is agriculture? The science, art or occupation concerned with cultivating land, raising crops and feeding, breeding and raising livestock. Farming, the production of crops, livestock or poultry. The simple meaning of agriculture, you can say it is the art or science of cultivating the soil, growing crops and raising livestock. And also it includes the preparation of plant and animal products for people to use and their distribution to market. This is the meaning of agriculture. What is agriculture? Why is agriculture so important? Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops and raising livestock, and it provides most of the world's food and fabrics. Cotton, wool and leather are all agricultural products. Agriculture also provides wood for construction and paper products. Agriculture, it is the main source of national income for most developing countries. However, for the developed countries, agriculture contributes a smaller percentage to their national income. Why it is important? Why it is important? Because it is the main source of national income for most developing countries. The next word is irrigation. What is irrigation? Why it is important for any country? Because agriculture progress depends upon the development of irrigation system. This is the reason, and it is the process of applying control amount of water to plants at needed interval. Irrigation helps to grow agricultural crops, maintain landscapes, and revegetate disturbed soil in dry areas and during period of less than average rainfall. Now we will discuss well the also these are we will discuss today the modes of irrigation. Modes of irrigation, well, also this is one type of irrigation. Simple meaning of well, it is an excavation or structure created in the ground by digging, driving or drilling to access liquid resources, usually water. The oldest and most common kind of well is a water well to access groundwater in underground aquifer. Tube wells, this tube well is a type of water well. It is also a kind of water well in which a long 100 to 200 millimeter wide stainless steel tube or pipe is bored into an underground aquifer. The lower end is fitted with a strainer and a pump lifts water for irrigation. The required depth of the well depends on the depth of water table. You can see here the picture of tube well, and like this is the old source of water. Well, this is the simple like or structure created in the ground. Canal, also this is the mode of irrigation. Canals are waterway channel or artificial waterways for water conveyance or to service water transport vehicle. They may also help with irrigation. It can be thought of as an artificial version of a river. Carrails, it is gently sloping underground. You can see here in the picture, this is a gently sloping underground channel to transport water from an aquifer or water well to the surface for irrigation. Surface of irrigation where the water has to be supplied and drinking, acting as an underground aqueduct. Now from your book, first of all I explain all the things which we will discuss today. I will explain today irrigation system, importance of irrigation, facilities of irrigation, modes of irrigation. So I told you the meaning of irrigation, what is irrigation, what is the importance of irrigation. Now from your book, irrigation agricultural progress depends upon the development of irrigation system. If snow and rain are inadequate, there will be less water in rivers. Snow and rain determine the amount of surface water available in the geographical region. They are erratic and seriously affect the balance of surface water. Pakistan is an arid, dry, and semi-arid country except of sub-mountain strip in the north. There is insufficient rainfall in Pakistan. Seasonal rainfall not properly in Pakistan, and moreover it is uncertain and takes place during a short period in a year. Our land is fertile and when water is available it yields good crop. The Indus River together with its tributaries provide excellent opportunities for irrigation. Most of the our irrigation system depends on Indus water because it provides, and with the help of its tributaries, excellent opportunities for irrigation. Besides crop, there is the importance of drinking water supply for human beings and farm animals in villages. Facilities for irrigation. Nature has provided large rivers in Indus Plain which carry a large amount of water throughout the year. This is the nature has provided our country, you know, that is a large river and which carry the water all the year. The river in the upper Indus Plain fan out over a large area and supply water to almost all the plain area of Pakistan. Another facility for irrigation is that the slope of land from the north to south is gradual, and between the rivers the land is of such a nature that water can be easily distributed through canal. I told you what is canal. and water is distributed easily to the lands. Moreover, the plain is covered by soft alluvium. Alluvium is the sand or clay left by flowing flood water in a river, and mostly this land is fertile. It produces fertile land. And canals can be easily constructed. All these facilities have been well utilized, and numerous canals have been built for irrigation. Modes of irrigation. Now we will discuss the modes of irrigation. In short question, name the modes of irrigation. How many modes of irrigation? Canal, wells, tanks, and carries are the modes of irrigation. And I told you the meaning of all these. The canal irrigation in Pakistan is one of the most extensive and well developed system of irrigation. Most of Pakistan economy and the population of Pakistan, they are having 70 to 75% depends economy to agricultural sector. So we have the most extensive and well development system of irrigation in the world, and it is 180 years old and comprises large, small dams, barrages, and a number of diversion wells. There are 43 main irrigation channels with a length of 58,000 kilometer, with 90,000 farm outlets diverting an average of 100 million acre feet, and 35 million acre of area is covered by the system. Apart from this, there are a number of inter-river link canal, 584 kilometer in length, and these divert the waters of the western rivers to the eastern rivers. Canals. There are the most these are the most popular means of irrigation, and three types of irrigation canal. It can be in short questions. Name the canals of Pakistan. So there are how many canals? Three canals of Pakistan. Number one, perennial. Number two, non-perennial. And number three, inundation or flood canals. The first type of canal, perennial canal, means which flows all the year. Throughout the year, water is in this canal, which carry water for irrigation throughout year, and most canals in Pakistan are perennial canal, and also that flows water all the year. Non-perennial canal, also we call them seasonal canals, run only during the summer season and only the rainy season. It depends only the rainy season, when the rivers are fed by heavy rains and melting of ice and glaciers on the northern mountain. They close down in winter when there is not enough water in the river. Third type of canal, inundation or flood canal, flow only during the rainy season when the rivers from which they flow rise. No headquarters or barrages are built at their heads. The cost of constructing them is low and are easy to build. They distribute the flood water and reduce the damage. Wells, I told you at the start, and here you can see a diagram. When I told you the meaning of carries, I told you also I defined the diagram of carries. Now we will discuss the wells are common source of irrigation in the sub-mountain strip of northern mountain, where water table is high, especially district Gujarat, Sialkot, and it is a common in plains made of deep alluvial sediments and bordered by a zone within which the underground water table is close to the surface. In area where the water table is low and cheap electric power is available. How? With the help of tube well. Tube wells are installed for this purpose, and thousands of tube wells have been installed for irrigation in Punjab and other area, and tube wells drilled underlogged areas and saline areas are supplying additional water for irrigation. Now, carries. Carrays are the short underground canals which have been built in dry submountain region of Balochistan to carry water which is stored in well at the foot of the mountains to the fields and villages. Next, tanks or bills. A very little irrigation is done by this system in Pakistan, and it collects water on account of rain or inundation. Some irrigation is done by lifting it to feed the adjacent land by old method. Now, principal canals of Pakistan. Principal canals of Pakistan has the surface water resources of the Indus, Jhelum, Chenab. The average annual flow of these rivers constitute 140 million acre feet, and the yearly flow is very irregular, so that during the 6 summer months the river pass 84% of total annual flow. Underline this. It can be in MCQs, and now we will discuss. Let us now know about the principal canal taken out from the rivers in Pakistan. Now, first of all, we will discuss the principal canal from the Ravi. And the previous, which we finished, simple question, discuss the modes of irrigation. So write the modes of irrigation. These are all the modes of irrigation. Also, we discuss the types of canal. Now, the principal canals on the different river. First of all, river Ravi. Two principal first canal. First, the upper Bari Doab, the lower Bari Doab. What is the meaning of Doab? Doab is term used in South Asia, means the land between two rivers. Is the upper Bari Doab canal is an old canal which was opened in 1868. It can be asked in MCQs, and it flows from the Madhupur Wire on the Ravi in India, where it emerges from the mountain. It irrigates most of the Indian territory, and only its Lahore branch serves Pakistan. Number two, Lower Bari Doab Canal flows from which place? Balochi Headworks on the river Ravi, and irrigates 1.2 million acre of land in the lower part of the Bari Doab, which is now well known for the production of cotton. For which purpose the Lower Bari Doab is famous? Production of cotton. Now the next river Chenab, we will discuss principal canals from the Chenab. The upper Chenab canal flows from the Marala wire on the Chenab and irrigate the upper part of the Rachna Doab. It joins Ravi near Balochi, and that providing additional water to Ravi from the lower Bari Doab canal. It irrigates an area of about 1.4 million acres. The lower Chenab canal flow from the Hanki wire on Chenab and irrigates an area of 25 million acre in the lower Rachna Doab, which is important for which purpose? Cultivation of wheat. The Lower Chenab, this is famous for cultivation of wheat, and the Lower Bari Doab, I told you, is the famous or well known for the production of cotton. Now, the Haveli system of canals. These flows from the Trimu headworks just below the confluence of river Chenab and Jhelum. Now, the next we will discuss principal canals from Jhelum. The upper Jhelum canal flows from the Mangla headworks and irrigates about 3 million acre. In the upper Chach Doab, it joins the Chenab at Hanki and gives its surplus water to the lower Chenab canal. The lower Jhelum canal flows from the Rasool headworks on the Jhelum and irrigates the lower Chach Doab over 8 million acre. The upper Jhelum, the upper Chenab and lower Bari Doab are a part of the triple canal project. Why? The upper canal link the three rivers, Jhelum, Chenab and Ravi, to carry the surplus water from Jhelum to Chenab and from Chenab to Ravi. That's why these are the part of triple canal project, and which is then distributed over the lower Bari Doab. Now, the principal canal from the Satluj Valley project. 4 headworks have been built there on river Satluj at Firozpur, Suleimanki and Islam, and the Firozpur headworks, Islam, and the 4th on the Panch. It is the meaning the land of the five rivers. The Firozpur headworks at Husainwala is in the Indian territory, and these canals lie on the both sides of the river and irrigate Nilibar and Bahawalpur in Pakistan. Students, it's enough for today. And what is your homework? You will make at least 10 MCQs from these topics which we discuss today. And also I told you the short question, and when I told you, please note down these short question and write on your book these short question. Thank you very much.